got Traitor Guard versus the Adepta Sororitas. So the Order of the Sacred Rose are known to be given visions by the Emperor, and they've been given this particular vision, which is all about this Death Strike missile. It was going to fall into the hands of some treacherous guard, and the sisters have raced to intercept them before they can reach this devastating missile. So the guard, too slow on the advance because of the size of their armies, they've sent forward a recon force to take on the sisters and try and wrestle back control of the missile. The mission that we've picked to represent this particular scenario, we've gone for straight out of the rulebook, hold at all costs. We're going to be playing a modified version of this. So the mission objective is very, very simple. Just at the end of the game, whoever's got the closest, the model that's closest to the center of the battlefield is going to win. So the center of the battlefield is right there, right next to the missile. So you've got to get your men in there. And then there's an additional mission rule, which is the defender gets a +1 to saving throws for models that are wholly within the deployment zone. So we're going to allow the attackers, the Renegade Guard, to go first, but the sisters are going to be slightly dug in. They've got the blessings of the Emperor, so they're going to get additional saves. Because it's slightly modified what we're doing, it's clearly not the deployment zone that comes with it. We're going to use this deployment zone to represent it. So that's what we're doing today. Visualize that. And then an additional rule that we've got going on here, we're going to have sustained assault for the Traitor Guard, which I'll cover in their army display. But just quickly, it just means they're going to be able to recycle units. So when they die, there's a chance that they could come back. And the sisters are going to have these two sentry guns. So the malfunctioning sentry guns, these two. So at the start of the shooting phase, on a 4+, they'll become active and they'll be able to shoot the nearest target. They've only got ballistic skill 5, so they're inaccurate. They might not do anything, but that's just what the sisters have. So malfunctioning, but might still contribute. So this is a battle cannon, and that's a Punisher cannon in the background. And so terrain rules for the missile, we're just going to have this classed as obscure terrain. So you can't shoot through it and you can't shoot over it. Just imagine it's a wall going up to infinity, because nobody wants to target the missile. So that's the prize there. So because, as you see, the sisters are behind it there, they're not going to be able to be targeted, but again, they can't shoot either because nobody wants to risk the missile. This is just over 1,000 points of Astra Militarum. They're going to be Traitor Guard. We're going to be using the regimental rules for the Attrition regiment. So you're going to be able to re-roll random shots, and they're going to be +1 strength for the infantry. So it's going to signify the fact that they hopped up on contraband substances and getting the natural strength up. So we're just going to replace all the imperium keywords to chaos, just in case there's anything that needs to happen there. But ultimately, it's just like a Attrition army rather. So we've got this Forge World commander leading it. So he's going to have the Warlord trait for Grand Strategist. So he's going to be able to get command points back into 5, just keeping it simple. And he can re-roll a dice. And he's got his second in command HQ. It's going to be a Primaris Saiga. And he's going to know 2 psychic powers. He's got Night Shroud and Psychic Barrier. We've got a platoon commander holding the standard there, so he's going to be able to dish out some orders as well. And then for the third HQ choice, we've got a tank commander, so he's got the last cannon in the hull, as you see, and the battle cannon. So for troops, we've got 3 identical squads, 10 strong with a Voxcaster in each, and a grenade launcher. So we could have had more now that you get all of the extra trimmings for free now with the guard, but this is how they're done, so we're going to play them as seen. And then we've got a heavy autocannon team, and we've got a Lyrian Rust basic battle tank with a flamer in the hull. We've got 3 armoured sentinels in the squad there, and then another fast attack over here. We've got the Hellhound, as you see, and the Chimera, double heavy bolter and heavy stubber on the top there. So for this mission, we're going to play a modified sustained assault rule. So if you're not familiar with that, what it is when a unit dies, you can roll in your reinforcement phase, on a certain dice roll, you'll get that unit back as a fresh unit. So we're not going to count that for the characters, because once they're dead, they're going to be dead. But for the vehicles, we're going to say on a 5 or a 6, they're going to come back. For the troops, because they're just basic troops, they're going to come back on a 2+. Okay, this is 1,000 points of Adepta Sororitas. They're from the Order of the Sacred Rose, so no more than one model can run away, effectively, and you gain a miracle dice on a 4+ every time you use one, so it can come in quite handy, that one. So we have a Canoness leading the force here. So she's got the Warlord trait for, let's have a look, Beacon of Faith. So she's going to generate a miracle dice for herself, and she's going to have the relic for the Iron Surplus of Saint Estella, I think that's how you say it. So that means she's got basic transhuman physiology on her all the time. She's got an extra wound, and she's got a save characteristic of 2+, so she's going to stay in the fight, hopefully. And we're going to spend a command point for the Palatine, and she's going to have the Litanies of Faith, so I can re-roll a miracle dice once per turn. Once per battle round, sorry. And in the middle there, we can see we've got a hospitaller. It's the old model, just a little nurse there. She's an aspiring hospitaller, but she's good at her job, and so she'll use the full rules as a hospitaller. And for troops, we've got 3 units, so we've got 2 units of 5 in each immolator. So the immolators both have the melters, and the 5 woman teams got a flamer in that one, and a power sword. In that one, there's a stormbolter and chainsword. The next troop unit is here. It's 10 strong. Got a melter gun, combi melter, heavy flamer, and the standard and the cherub to go with them. Then we've got a retributor squad, so double melter, double heavy bolter, and some extra bits on the superior, and the 2 cherubs, so we can try and fire off the guns again. And we've got a unit of seraphim. Okay, so that's everything set up now, and we're not going to roll to see who goes first. Remember, the attackers will go first, and off they go. Turn 1. Turn 1 for the Traitor Guard, and they've started to move out. So the Chimera and the Hellhound are squeezing down the side of the battlefield. We've already done the Psychic Phase. We've had Night Shroud put on the Hellhound, so it's going to be -1 to hit. Some orders have been dished around as well. So in this wood, this infantry squad moves forward, and they have first rank fire on them. There's take aim for reroll 1s on the heavy weapon squad, and there's more orders for the tanks here. So the tank commander issues reroll 1s from himself, then plays a stratagem to play the same order to this forward tank here. And on this side, very much the same. This infantry unit comes to the edge of the wood. The infantry platoon commander, he gives them first rank fire, and the sentinels have remained stationary. So they're ready to shoot now. Psychics and orders have done. So the Hellhound is going to shoot first. It's going to squirt its flames over the top of that terrain piece onto the Retributor squad here. So it's 2d6. And he's going to fire 5 shots. Because he's Catachan, he can re-roll that if he wants. Are you going to do that?
Yes, please.
He's going to go for higher. He's gambling, and he gets a 7, which is average. So it's strength 6 against toughness 3. So 2s to wound. He's got 7 dice to do it. Okay, so I see 6, 1 dissipates. So 5 wounds there. Right, it's AP -1, but we do have Armour of Contempt blocking that AP. And then, of course, the mission rule is, because we're dug in, we've got the Blessings of the Emperor on the first turn, we'll also get an additional +1, so actually saving on 2s. So 1 goes through, and we get a Feel No Pain of 6 from the hospitaller who's with them. No, we've lost a sister. So 1 down. I forgot to mention as well, we rolled a 6 for our miracle dice at this turn, so that's going to come in handy later. So we've lost 1, here comes the heavy bolter. This is hitting on 4s and misses. Alright, up next, The immolator here has popped smoke because it's about to come under fire from the Leman Russ. So the tank commander, he's going to fire all of his shots into the immolator. So he's going to be hitting on 4s and he's got reroll 1s. So he's going to get 10 shots. I'm sure he's very happy with that. He could have re-rolled that if he wanted to. So he's hitting on 4s, 6s with the new rules for Astra Militarum automatic wounds. So 4s to hit. He's already got 2, which auto wound, and he can reroll 1s as well. So he's got 2 1s in there. No additional ones. So he's got 3 hits, which you need to wound on 3s. So the strength 8, and the 6s have automatically wounded. Just another one. So there's 3 clean wounds on the immolator. So the AP -2 with the battle cannon. We've got armor and contempt, bring it down to AP -1, and then we've got that mission special, we'll bring it down to AP -0 effectively. So 7 on 3s against that, and we save them all. We're going to hang in there on the first turn at least, perhaps, and then it's going to get ugly probably as these regenerate, all these tanks and whatnot. So you've got the last cannon from the hull. He's missed because he needs a 4. Are you just going to get your free command point reroll because your warlord trade out the way early?
Yeah.
He's got it, and that's a 6. That's an automatic wound. So that's pretty nasty. What we're going to do is we're just going to use our Miracle 6 straight away and block that. And so because we're Order of the Sacred Rose on a 4+, we'll regain a Miracle Dice. So we'll regain a Miracle Dice, and the Miracle Dice will be a 5. Cool. Okay, the Retributors are coming under further fire, so the lasguns in the wood have fired at them, and so have the other lasguns in the wood fired at the Retributors. So this squad got 3 wounds on the Retributors, so 2s to save because of the mission rule. So we saved those, and then 6 off the other squad on the edge of the wood down at the Retributors. That is bad. We've lost 3, but we do have the Hospitaller. We need 6s now. No, we've lost another 3. And so over on this side now, the Chimera, it's got a lot of firepower. It's got 2 heavy bolters, the lasgun array and the stubber have all fired into the Retributors. So there's been 3 lasgun hits, and the heavy stubber we need to save on 2s. Okay, we've lost another sister unless we can get a 6. No, we've lost another sister, and then just 1 from the heavy bolter. So again, it's on a 2 because of all of the things we've got going in the first turn. So do save that one, but we've lost another sister. Right, the Retributors have been halved now, and now they're going to have to put up with the autocannon fire in the woods here. So there's 6 shots of autocannon. Might as well do these. So there's only 2 hits, but they can reroll 1s because of the order. So only 2 hits, and then it's 2s to wound. It's strength 7. Gets them both, and then it's 2s to save because they're only AP -1. And then given all that we've got going, we've saved them both. So the Emperor protects just about. We've lost half the squad. There's still a bit more to fire. It's still going to come under some firepower now. So this Leman Russ is going to fire at them. It's got a flame in the hull, so that's out of range, of course. So it's just a battle cannon, 2 shots. And he's very happy with the 11. Doesn't need to reroll that at all. We've brought all the ammunition that they needed to dip. So it's forced to hit. Any 6s are auto wounds with the new rules. It's really, really good new rules. And he rerolls 1s because of the tank order. So he's got extra opportunity. And he gets another 2. So there's 5 hits in addition to the 6s. So 2s to wound. And he gets all them, so that's going to be 7 in total. And again, we're going to be saving on... Oh, this might be different. So it's AP -2. So we've got armor content, bring it down to AP -1. And then the mission rule, bring it down to AP -0. So we're saving on 3s, not 2s. We've only got 5 sisters left, and this is the unit with all of the melters. They've came through it. Right, Armoured Sentinels in the wood. He's not keen on firing at the immolator now that he's hitting on 5s because of the smoke, so he's going to just go after the Retributors. So 3 shots. he gets 1 and it's an automatic wound, so we need a save of 4. You get it. Sisters hold strong. Okay, that's all the shooting from the Renegade Guard, and it's time for a morale check. So this squad, leadership 8, we've lost 5, so we need a 3 or less. We get a 5, right? So one of them's going to run away, but we don't take any more than that. So, well, we've got nothing but special weapons here, so we're going to have to take away. We'll take away the leader. So we've got heavy bolters and melters left. Okay, sisters, turn 1. We're starting to move now. So first thing, we'll get our miracle dice. It's a 4. So in our pool, we've got a 4 and a 5 now. The Rod of Office gives these reroll 1s. So they've jumped out of aura range, but they're still going to get rerolls. This unit is advanced 6 inches right up to protection of the missile. The Retributors stay still, and the Immolators come all the way around the side. It's going to try and get around that pipe and start getting in close range with its melters if it can. Same thing with this Immolator. It's going to start rolling down this side of the board and look to put some pressure on the Sentinels. And the last thing to do at the end of the movement phase, we've got our Hospitaller. She's going to try and restore D3 of the Retributors. We've paid a command point. We haven't rolled the dice, so this is how many. Only getting 1 back. Ooh. Well, it's going to have to be the banner, because we might need to use it with the miracle dice. Okay, so we're going to start shooting with the sisters. The furthest Immolator is going to start a fire, so we've put the multi-melters onto the Chimera. It's popped smoke. He wants to save it because it's got a lot of firepower and it's got some mobility for his troops. And the heavy bolter is going to fire at the heavy weapon squad in the woods. So we'll do the multi-melters first. We're needing 4s to hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure one of them hits with our miracle dice on a 4. And then we've got 3 shots. And look at that, we've got 3 hits. Excellent. So I've used the miracle dice on a 4+, I get it back. I do, and it'll be a 2. So we've got 3 hits in there. Yeah, got double 6 and an auto hit. So we're needing 3s to wound the Chimera. We get 2, and we're happy with that. We don't want to use a command point reroll just yet. So 2, you've got Armour of Contempt with your new rules. So it's AP -3, you're going to need 6s to save. Both go through, it's D6 each. A 6 and a 1. Do I want to reroll that and just get rid of it straight away? No, we're happy with that. It might be below half strength. Take some ballistic skill away. So 7 damage on the Chimera in the corner. And the heavy bolter now into the woods onto the heavy weapons team. We're needing 4s because they're in dense cover. We do get 2, and we're needing 3s. We get 2. A 6 is an additional AP, which I forgot about because we're doing the our sacred rite is every time we roll a 6 to wound, it's an additional AP. So 1 is going to be AP -2, which you're not going to save against, and one of them needs a 6 to save. What did you get? It's disappeared. A 6. Of course he did. Damn it. So it is 2 damage, so 1 gun has been blown away. So he's down to 2 autocannons. And I almost forgot we need to do the sentry guns. Are they activated? So the furthest one on a 4, it is activated, and the nearest one with the battle cannon, that is also activated. So we've got 20 shots, which will have to go onto the nearest Hellhound. So they've only got a ballistic skill 5, and it's got Night Shroud, so we're going to need 6s to hit it with just a load of strength 5 no AP shots. So here we go. 6s. So we get 3, and then we're needing 5s to wound. Nothing. And then this battle cannon here will turn, and it's probably going to have to shoot at the infantry because they're nearer than the sentinels. So it's going to be no less than 3, and we're getting 6 shots. So again, this is going to have to hit on 6s because you're in the woods with a -1. We get 3. It's good shooting from the sentry gun. 2s to wound. We get 3 wounds. AP -2, so there's no save there. So 3 go down. So 3 down in the woods. We're going to pour fire on them from the Seraphim now. So these are the bolt pistols. We're needing 4s to hit, we can reroll 1s. So we've got that many, and then we're needing 3s to wound. We get 3 wounds, and you're saving on 5s. So 2 go down, and 1's disappeared behind the building again.
It's a 2.
It's a 2, so 3 more. He's lost 6. These can recycle, don't forget. And then the plasma from the superior almost forgot about. She hits, and she wounds and kills another. Okay, we're going to keep on pouring fire into the woods. We're going to fire this immolator now, all shots into the sentinel. So we're going to fire the multi-melters first. We only get 1 hit because they're in the woods. We need a 3. We don't get it. And then the heavy bowler gets 2 hits. Doesn't wound. Right, the last thing to shoot is the Retributor squad. And we're going to split our fire like this. So we've got all the bolt weapons are going to fire into the tree line onto the infantry squad, and the 2 melters are going to fire into the lead Leman Russ. And we're going to spend a command point and play our Order of the Sacred Rose special stratagem, the Emperor's Judgment. It means if we roll a 6 to hit, it's an additional hit. So we're going to try and maximise the damage here. So we've got the 2 heavy bolters firing into the tree line, we're needing 4s to hit. We can reroll 1s because of the canoness. We only get 1 hit, that's a bit of a tragedy. We do wound, and because it's a 6, that's AP minus 2, so we'll kill 1 instantly. And then we've got a bolt gun from the banner bearer, and she misses altogether. Right, so now it's down to the melters. We're going to fire at the Leman Russ, so we're needing 3s to hit because we stood still. We can reroll 1s because of the canoness. We've got 2 6s, that's 2 additional hits. This is good news so far. Strength 8, toughness 8, 4s to wound. We reroll 1s because of the palatine. I've forgotten about that in the last heavy bolter volley. But we get 3. Right, so these are 6s, so they're going to be AP minus 5. So you've got 2 plus save, and you've got armor contempt, so that's going to put them down to 6s to save for them, and that's a 5 to save for that one. So you need 2 6s and a 5. So he gets 1, and then he needs a 5. So 2 go through. Right, so we've got a 5 in our miracle dice pool. We've got a banner there, so we can use 1 even though we've used 1 already. So we're going to do 5 damage and then a d6. We'll use our command point reroll because we haven't used 1 yet. Come on. 8 damage. He's still alive, I think they've got 12. And because we used the miracle dice on a 4+, we'll regain 1. We don't regain 1. Okay, so 4 wounds left on that Leman Russ. It's not over though, we're going to use our Armorium Cherub, or one of them, to shoot off a melter gun again. So, because it's done in the shooting phase, we still get the exploding 6s stratagem. We only get 1 hit, and we need a 4. We'll get it again, so it's a 5 to save, because you've got armor contempt and a 2 plus save. He makes it, it's going to survive. Okay, the last thing to take care of on the turn, the Immolator did a desperate ram onto the Hellhound, just to pin it in, no damage on either side, and then there's a morale check to do in the woods now, so they lost 7, and you need to roll your dice.
Here.
So they're going to fail, so one of them's going to run away, and then you need 2 dice, 1s and 2s, run. No, they're going to stay. So it's not the end of the world either way, because this unit can be recycled. Okay, turn 2 for the Traitor Guard. And this has fixed itself 1 wound with jerry rigging. So it's on 4 wounds left. And then it spits out the unit of 10. And this unit that was in the woods has come out. So there's a collection there of 20 or so deplorable Traitor Guard. And they've all got first rank fire on them from the commander giving it to them. So there's a new rule going on here. If you're within proximity of each other, you can pass the same order on. So 2 orders effectively done there, first rank fire, and then he's going to take aim for reroll 1s on the heavy weapons at the back. Again, same thing as the last time, tank order for reroll 1s, and then uses a stratagem to do a tank order for reroll 1s on the other tank. And then over here, the last 2 survivors in the woods have got take aim on them from the platoon commander in there. He's going to send them off on a death mission. And that's about it. So this stays in combat because he's going to call the bluff of the sisters and make sure if he just lingers on in this fight and the melters miss, that could be tying up those 4 crucial melter shots for a long time. So we're going to launch straight into the psychic phase. So he's going to smite with the corrupted psychic here onto the immolator. So he needs a 5. And he doesn't get it, and not only does he not get it, he's going to perils. Are you going to command point reroll, or are you just going to perils?
Good command point.
Okay, he's messed with the warp, but he's not come a cropper yet. He does get a 5. Right, well, I've got a way of blocking that with me acts of faith. Or it's something. I roll 1d6 and that and deny it. No, I don't. So it comes off because we need to beat it, not just equal it. So it's D3 wounds onto the immolator. It's a big 3. Okay, into the shooting phase. The 9-man squad is fired into the retributors with first rank fire, and they've got 7 wounds from the las guns and 3 wounds from the frag of the grenade launcher. So we need 3s to save here. Right, 3 go through, but we've got the medic giving us 6s. Right, we get 1, but we've lost 2 out of the retributor, so we're going down thick and fast now. It's going to be the banner and the bolter. Okay, second squad, 10 strong, fire into the same squad. Only 4 wounds this time, so 3s to save. Again, 1 goes down, we need a 6. No, we've lost another, so it's going to have to be the last remaining bolter, heavy bolter. So only 2 multi-melters left. He's got to the meat of the unit. Okay, Chimera in the corner now. That fires at the retributors, trying to polish them off. It's injured, so it's hitting on 5s. It's only came away with 2 hits with its heavy bolters. We've got armor of contempt, so we're saving on 3s. Save them both, it looks like. Thank you very much. The nightmare continues for the retributors. They've come under fire from the tank commander, and he has unloaded all of his shots. He's performed really well. He's got 6 battle cannon shots. We have to save on 4s because of armor of contempt. It's not bad. We've lost 2. We're not going to command point reroll because we're just clearly dead in the water here. So it's 2 gone through. It's D3 each shot. So we're going to have to do this because I've got an apothecary that could save. So the first one, D3. It's going to be 3, so I'm going to need a 666. It wasn't a bad attempt, but one of them's died, and the next one is just 1, so there is a chance if I roll a 6. No, the squad is being wiped. So now that the retributors are gone, totally cleared away, the Seraphim are under pressure, so the injured battle tank is hit on 5s, he's fired all of his shots at the Seraphim. So the Flamer is done 3, we're behind the pipe, and we've got armor contempt, so we're saving on 2s against this. Oh dear, this is not a good sign. We've lost 2 already, and then we've got 3 off the battle cannons, and we're saving on 3s against this. So we saved all those, so actually it wasn't too bad in the end. We've lost 2. Continuing the pain on the Seraphim, the 3 las cannons, could only see them now, so only 2 wounds on them. We're going to need to save on how we need to work this out. Armor of contempt, taking it down to, and cover, we're taking it down to AP -1, so we're saving on 4s against the las cannons. So another one dies, and then there was 2 effective shots from these 2, and saving on 2s against this behind the pipe and armor contempt. So save that. So only a third Seraphim dies now. There's 2 left. The last bit of fire on the Seraphim was from the 2 autocannons in the trees. We're trying to finish them off. Got 2 wounds, saving on 2s because we're behind the cover with the Armour of Contempt. They've managed it. And then in the combat over there, the Hellhound locked in eternal battle with the Immolator. Actually cranked out 12 shots from its Inferno cannon. And we've got 4 wounds to absorb on 3s. It's terrible. We've taken 3 wounds. That's in addition to our 3 that we took from the Saiga. That's putting us right back. Okay, we're going to have to come back to one of these save and throws, because if I just save one of these, I'll be on my top bracket. If not, then I'll be on my middle tier, which is going to make it hard for us in combat with a heavy weapon. So it's command point reroll. We need 3 to save. It's a 1. Alright, so that's going to mean that when we come to fire, we're going to need 5s to hit in combat now. Alright, so we've got this charge here. He's going to need an 8 to get in. And he makes it. So these are going to fight. And you've got 3 attacks with the Sergeant. And then you might as well do your extra bod in there as well. So you've got 4 attacks in total. All at the same profile. So 4's to hit. There's 1 hit. And the strength 4 because the hopped up on all sorts. No wound though. And then we already did this fight over here with the 2 vehicles. No wounds taken. And then the Seraphim are going to fight back. Okay, 3 attacks from the Seraphim with a power sword. We get 2 hits and strength 4, so needing 3s. Right, we just cut them down with a power sword. So they go, but they very well are likely to be recycled. Okay, we need to do a morale check for those sisters, so I'm going to use my miracle dice of a 2 to automatically pass that, and then because I've used the miracle dice on a 4, I regain 1, so I roll a 5, so I regain 1 and it'll be a 3. So we'll live with that. Sisters turn 2, we've chosen to go the route of the aggressor here. We could have went a more defensive route, but the zeal just can't be held back. So this Immolator comes down from here, has weaved its way through, and we've got some shots that we could put on either high value targets there, either the Leman Russ or the Sentinels in the wood. The Seraphim are going to just pay with their lives by just diving into the fray there. This unit comes from behind the missile. We're going to just try and put some shots down range then to that cluster of heretics, and then from out of the Immolator come a 5 sister team, going to put the hurt on them as well. Right, so onto the shooting. Let's see if the sentry guns become active. So on a 4+, that one becomes active. It does. The battle cannon here, that one does as well. Okay, we've started firing with the sentry gun here, targeting the nearest infantry unit. We've achieved 5 wounds, so on 5s with the Punisher cannon. So we've been able to kill 4 of them out of that squad. This sentry gun over here couldn't find a target. I sillily drove my tank in the way because it could have seen that other one. But alas, we can't do it. So we're going to fire this Immolator now. It's going to fire at that injured Leman Russ. It's got 4 wounds left, that Leman Russ. And we're going to fire the heavy bolter into the tree line where the autocannons are. So we will play no stratagems, we're just going to try and chance it here. So here's the heavy bolter, needing 4s in the woods. We get 1 hit, needs a 3, doesn't do it. Right, so onto the big melter shots onto the Leman Russ. So we're going to use no miracle dice to hit, we're just going to chance it. We've got 4 hits. And then we need 4s to wound, so we'll use a miracle 4 here to make sure we wound once. And these need 4s. We'll do wound twice, so that's AP -5, so you need a 6 to save on that one, and a 5 to save on that one. does save one of them, but we are within 12, so this is going to be d6 plus 2. It's gone. So it only had 4 wounds left, or 7 dealt. Does it explode? It doesn't. That's lucky, because we got our Seraphim there. Okay, so because I used a miracle dice during that sequence, on a 4+ I gain 1. I do, and it will be a 5. Lovely. And then we've gone on to shoot with that unit I've got out of the immolator. We've done 3 hits with bolt guns, saving on 5s. So 3 go down, and then there's a 1 sacred right hit that needs to be saved on 6. And there's another one, so there's 4 down. There should be only 2 left in that squad after the Punisher cannon and the bolt guns. Okay, retribution for the retributors. We've got this 10 sister squad firing down into the meteor unit. 1 melter gun's already blown 1 away. We've got 3 wounds with the Ministorum Flamer to save on 6s. And 3 get burned alive off that one. And then there's 3 bolt gun hits saving on 5s. And another 1. Okay, and we're finished off on that pile of bodies with the Seraphim fired bolt pistols and a plasma pistol and only killed 1. So now that's left is 1 left on this squad and 4 left on that squad. Okay, so there's a look at the survivors. And now for the big shots in combat here. So we've got the immolator firing in combat. It's on its second bracket, so we're hitting on 5. So here's the melters. It's actually a mixed blessing. We don't really want to be taking it out in case it explodes. So the heavy bolters now. We get 2 with the heavy bolters. We're needing 5s. We get 1 saving on a 3 because of armor of contempt. It's 2 damage. Okay, he's going to command point reroll that. He doesn't want to take any wounds on the Hellhound. And he fails anyway. Okay, that's all of the shooting done. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ignore all of the bodies in the middle. We're just going to go straight for the witch on the edge of the woods. And we're going to use our miracle dice to get there. We only need a 6, so we're going to use our miracle dice to get that 6 for that squad. We must slay the witch. And to make sure of it, we're going to try and jump the Seraphim in there as well. They're going to need a 10 because they're going through the difficult woods. Can't leave anything to chance when it comes to a witch. And we have an 11. In we go, flying away. Okay, so we've piled in with the Seraphim. We're going to play a stratagem for Suffer Not the Witch. It means we've got a +1 to hit against psychic units. So we are going to attack with the power sword. We're going to hit on 2s of the power sword. And we've hit them all. And then we need 3s to wound. And we will use our Miracle 3 to make sure we wound with 1. Oh no. Right, we've done 2 wounds to him. He's got 2 left. And then, because that's AP -3, he's only got 5 plus save. So he's got 2 wounds left. And we've got the pistols to whip him with. 2 hits from the pistols. We need 4s. We only get 1. You do have a 5 save on this one. He doesn't do it. He's got 1 wound left, and now it's time for the chain swords and the butts of the bolt guns to get him. Let's see. I'll use a miracle dice. On a 4+, I get 1 back. I don't. And I did roll for the charge as well, see if I got a miracle dice back, and I didn't get it. So starting to thin out on the miracle dice front. Right, so in this squad we've got 5 fighting. We've got an extra 2 because of the superior with the chainsword. So we've got 7 attacks coming in. We're only hitting on 4s. It's really hard with the sisters. 4 hits, and then we need 4s to wound. Right, we've got 2 wounds on him. He's got 1 wound left. He needs 5s. He hasn't done it.
Come on, but reroll.
Thought you might. Oh! He's alive with 1 wound left.
I get it back as well.
Right, well that was brutally painful. Not slaying the witch, I feel so ashamed. And he's going to fight back now. He's got 3 attacks and he's going to attack the Seraphim. Hits on 3s and wounds on 3s. He gets 2. You can't come on point of reroll because you've already done it in this phase.
Here we go.
3s. He gets only 1. And it's AP -1, but we've got armour of contempt, so we need to save on a 3. We do save, right. And just before I forget, because it's so complex playing the sisters, I shot that tank dead, which means I can gain a miracle dice, and the miracle dice will be a 6. Thank you very much. Okay, that is the end of the sisters' second turn. I'm never going to live that cycle at the moment down. I just can't get over it. But it's time for leadership for these 2 units in the middle. So he's going to need a 1 to pass. So he's going to run, but he's going to possibly, more than likely, be recycled. This unit need a 2. And they pass. Okay, it's turn 3 for the Traitor Guard. So the start of the turn, the sisters rolled a 6 on their miracle dice, and over here the sentinels stay still. The tank commander drives over to them, does a stratagem to do 2 orders, and he gets his command point back. But he's done real 1s for the tank and the sentinels. You can do it on any vehicle now with the new rule, so he's done that. So it's pretty important having all those last cannons ready to go. Over here, just staying in combat with the Saiga. The top man is coming in to help them out. These have got first rank fire on them, ready to give fire to the sisters in the middle, and the ongoing combat here still goes on. So right, now it's time to see if these reserves come in. So he's lost 2 infantry squads and a tank. So the infantry squads are going to come in on a 2. So 1 comes in, the second also comes in. The tank needs a 5 to come in. Oh no, he's got it all. Okay, the reserves have turned up like so. The Lehman Russ is coming at the back away from all the melters, safe and sound there. And then the 2 infantry squads are going to try and push from this angle. So there's 1, 2 going to come up to try and take the missile later on. So they're on all at once. Some good rolling, and now it's time for a smite from the witch who would not die. So he's going to try and smite the Seraphim. It's a perils. It's a big perils. Command point reroll, or are you just going to die?
What do you think?
Go on.
Do I go back? No.
Well, you already got your command point back anyway, but anyway. Right, that's come off on a 5 and a 6, so it's not a suit of perils. But we can deny this if we just roll a clean 6.
Are you sure?
In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll use one of our miracle dice because we've got a 6. We're just going to stop that with a 6. Because if we use a 6, because we're sisters, we're blessed, we'll just nip that in the bud. So that's what we're going to do.
Oh.
So the Super Smite is being stopped with the miracle dice. Do I get that back? On a 4, I do, and it'll be a 4. Right, so the sisters in the middle are coming under crossfire here. So we've had las guns from over here, las guns from here, and we've came away with 5 wounds in total from both squads and grenade launchers and all sorts. So 5s to save. And 2 sisters go down, but we've got the apothecary, which saves 1. So we've lost a sister, and then the chimera here fired. Achieved 3 hits with its heavy bolt, even though it's hitting on 5s. So we need 3s to save because of armour of contempt. Another one goes through, and because it's damage 2, we need 2 6s. No, so we've lost 2 sisters. Okay, so the sisters are getting punished now. There's been shots coming in from this battle tank. It has achieved 6 wounds with its battle cannon, so we need 4s to save it. 3 go through, and going to need D3 on each of them because I've got an apothecary that could save. So because of D3 damage each, we're going to need to do them separately. So D3, first one's going to take 1, Second one's going to take 1. Third one takes 1. So I could actually get some luck here, but I don't. So Apothecary saves none of them. And then there was one shot with an auto cannon. She doesn't save either. And the Apothecary doesn't save her. So we've lost 4 now. Extra ones. Alright, we're on to the heavier firepower now. So we've got the tank commander. He's going to unleash his fire onto the immolator. It's popped smoke, so -1. So he's going to fire 10 shots. Very impressive. He's going to be hitting on 4s because of the smoke. He's going to reroll 1s because of his order. So reroll 1s. Right, so no automatic hits, but he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. He's going to need 3s to wound. Only gets 3. Okay, so we're going to have to save those. And do we use a miracle dice or just save it for the last can? We're going to save it. So it's need 4s to save on 3. Oh, it's terrible. Save 1, so that's going to be 2d3 damage on the immolator. Oh, it's a big 6 on both dice, so that's 6 wounds taken. It's got 5 left. You got the las cannon to fire, and it's going to need a 4. Doesn't do it.
CP.
Right. Okay, command point, reroll. He's got it, and then he needs a 3. He doesn't do it. So it's not over because you've got 3 las cannons in the woods here, and these are going to need 5s because I popped smoke.
Mama shoot at these.
Oh, you're going to change target. Okay, so he's going for the sisters in the middle. He's going to try and finish them off. There's 4 left. So he goes, these 4s, rerolls 1s. So he gets 1 hit and 1's an auto wound. So he needs to wound on a 2. Doesn't do it. So 1 does auto wound though, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a miracle dice over in the corner there. We've got a 6 to automatically pass that because we don't want to lose any more of our sisters. And see if we get a bat and a 4. We do, and it'll be 1. Okay, so over here we've got charges and we've got fights. So this unit's got in charge. The main man has got in with his chain sword arm, and even the heavy weapon squads have ran in to save their witch. So we've fought with this squad first. They've achieved 2 wounds on the Seraphim, and so what we're going to do is we're going to auto pass 1 with a miracle dice because we're in a different phase, and then we need a 3 on another. Okay, so they've made it through the initial attacks, and then there was 1 on the basic battle sister squad who save as well. Right, who's up next? Okay, so he's fought with the heavy weapon squad onto the Seraphim, did a single wound, and Mr. Chainsword Hand, he's done 1 wound on the battle sister squad. So the battle sister squad needed 3, and past the Seraphim needed 3 also. They pass. Okay, so we're in a good fight now. So tell you what, we'll do the Seraphim fighting the Psyker, and we'll do this live because it's vindication time. So we're going to attack with a power sword onto the Psyker. 3s. Oh no, only get 1. Needs a 3 to wound him. I don't believe it. Right, the bolt, pistol, Seraphim. 2 hits, needs 4s. She gets 1, you need a 5 to save. I defy you to get that 5. He does, he gets a 2 and dies. Crumples to the earth, and the sisters are finally happy with that. Okay, so we've fought back with the Battle Sister squad. 1 attack on here did nothing, and then everyone missed the main man who gives out the orders, the company commander. So he survives without a scratch. So because we killed a unit there, we'll get a miracle dice, and it'll be a 2. And then over here we'd need a morale check, but we've already got a miracle dice of 1 in our pool, which we'll use to automatically pass. Which means because we've used a miracle dice and we're Order of the Sacred Rose on a 4+, no, so don't regain the dice by doing that. But we'll just get rid of one of our 1s. And we did this combat here, and nothing happened. Okay, it's looking pretty thin for the sisters in the middle. We've got on a crusade over that side of the battlefield. We've got our man, but we're far away from the real objective, and the deplorables are closing in. Okay, it's sisters turn 3, and we're really in the thick of it now. So we just did our rites of restoration with the Hospitaller. We've returned 3 sisters right when we needed to, so we've created a gun line there, ready to face off with these Traitor Guard who are coming down. And this is just shuffled across a little bit just to make way for if the sentry gun comes alive again, we've now got a shot instead of blocking it. And then the ongoing combat over here in this corner just goes on and on. Okay, so we're going to see if the guns are activated. We need them more than ever here. So this gun in the distance on a 4. No, that's the one that we needed. And the battle cannon. No, it stays asleep. The machine spirits are malfunctioning. Alright, the sisters, the battle sister squad have poured in the fire onto that unit over there. And we've come out like this. So the flimmer didn't do too well, but our sacred rite came into play. We've got 5 wounds at AP -1 that need to be saved on 6s. Okay, we've dropped 4 of them, and then we've got 7 wounds with the bolt guns that are going to be needed to save it on 5s. And so we've dropped 6 more, so that should be the squad. Okay, that was a perfect volley of fire from the sisters. We're going to go on to the immolator. It's going to fire all of its weapons at this commander battle tank. We're not within 12 with the melters, but we'll just have to see what we can do anyway. Oh, we've got 3 hits, that's a good start. We're going to use an auto 4 to wound you, and we're going to try and wound these on 4s. Ugh. So it's AP -4, so you're going to need to save on a, because you've got armor contempt, a 2+ save, you're going to be saving on a 5. It was just 1 dice, just going to do that again.
Well, you got.
You only got because the other one didn't wound. It goes through, right, so it's D6 damage because I'm not within close range. It's a 4. Respectable. We'll have it. And then a heavy bolt for good measure. Get 2 hits. We get 1 wound, it's AP -2 because of the sacred rite, but it goes on to AP -1 because of armor contempt, so you save on a 3. And saves. Okay, because I used the miracle dice on a 4+, I regain. No. And actually, while I remember, I do get a miracle dice because I killed a unit, and that'll be a 3. Okay, we had pistols all around in this exchange here. We killed a squaddy here, and we'll put a wound on the company commander. So we're going to go on to shots in combat here. We're going to be hitting on 6s because we are below half. No, we're hitting on. Yeah, we're hitting on 6s because we're heavy weapon in combat and we're on our second tier. So here's the melters. We do get 1 hit. And it is a wound. So you need a 6 to save because of armor of contempt. Doesn't do it. So it's going to be D6 damage +2. So it's going to be 5 damage on the Chimera. And then we've got heavy bolters. Does get 1. Gets that one as well. So you need a 3. And there's another 2 wounds. Okay, so 3 wounds left on the Hellhound. So we've come over here for the combat. He's elected for the heavy weapons team to fight first. He's done a wound onto the Seraphim, which we need to save on a 3. Which we do. So we'll fight back with the Seraphim. And we'll target the heavy weapons team. So we've got 3 with the power sword. We get 2. 3s to wound. We get 2, so we've knocked out a heavy weapons team. And then we've got 2 attacks from the sister with the pistols, and she misses. Then it's over to the renegades. Okay, so he elected with the basic unit to fight. He's actually achieved 4 wounds on the Seraphim. We've got to save on 3s again. And they pass. They're really fighting hard now. And so we'll attack back with the Battle Sisters squad, and we're going to target the commander. So we'll pile in that way. Well, I've got my hands free. So hitting on 4s because we're not very good. And needing 4s, nothing. So it's over to him to swing with his chain arm. Yeah. So he gets 3 hits. And he needs 3s because these Katachan. Katachan's strength, so 3s. Gets them. Stalemate almost. Okay, so no morale checks to do. That's the end of the sisters' turn 3. Feel like we're in a good position there. We've held on with some key units in the corner, and those getting 3 sisters back was crucial. We're in turn 4 now, and the Traitor Guard feel the pressure. They haven't got as far as they needed to, and the game is running out. There's only 1 turn left after this, and they're on a mad dash to get to the centre now. So what's happened is this Hellhound has finally peeled off combat. They've blinked first, and it's opened up the way just for this Chimera to come sailing down the side. But he did pick up the commander first, got in the Chimera, moved down to here, and all these are still locked in combat. A bit of reshuffling from the tanks there. But the big news is this unit moved on forward. Because the commander's in the tank here, he did command vehicle stratagem, which meant he could pass an order onto them. They've done move, 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 and moved again. So they've got as close as they can to the middle of the table. And then he rolled his reserves, and of course he rolled a 2, which means he gets his models back. So these are... Can they make the distance in 1 turn with move, move, move order? It might be able to be done. I don't know. I haven't really calculated it yet, but it's all about this unit in the centre. So I think he's going to try and pour fire onto the sisters in the middle, and it's all on this squad if they can get there or not. So this seems to be the crucial point of the game here, where the sisters were able to get back 4 sisters and create a line so the guard could not get past even with that order. We didn't see that order coming, but luckily the sisters made that net, and they just can't get past, because if they go up the side of the building, it's going to take them further away from the centre. They're just going to have to push through. But this is the moment that might have stopped them going forward, but we'll just have to see what comes. Okay, so I'm being informed that this long line of sisters is going to come under some major firepower. Nearly everything in the army is going to fire at them. So he started off with the las guns just behind there, shooting them. So he's got 2 wounds of las guns, 1 wound with a grenade launcher with frag, but we've saved all of those. But now it's time for the meaty shots. He's going to do the tank commander. He's done his 2 order trick as well, so he's got reroll 1s for both tanks. So he's going to be firing 4 shots, but because he is Katachan, he can just reroll that if you want. And he will. It's only 4 again. He gets 1 automatic wound, and he's got 3 other hits, so he needs 3 2+s. And he gets them, so he's got 4 wounds in total there. We're going to need 4s to save. Oh dear, we've dropped 3 of them, so it's going to have to be D3 each. So the first one is going to be 3, the second one is 1, and 3 again. So the first one is 3. Apothecary doesn't save, Apothecary doesn't save, Apothecary doesn't save. So we've lost 3 sisters there already. And then we've got the las cannon. Hits and it's a wound automatically. So we will just have to try and roll a 6 here. No. So there's another one. Let's see what the Apothecary will get. What's the damage? It's 6, I'm not even going to bother. So there's 4 dead. So we've got 3 left now, and now it's battle cannon number 2 coming in. So how many shots? It's a massive 9. So this one's going to need 4s to hit, and he rerolls 1s. Reroll the 1s. He's got 2 automatic wounds in there. He's got a couple of extra hits. Right, so it's 2 autos, 4 that need 2s to wound. And he's got the lot, so 6. Going to need to save on 4s because of armor of contempt. No. 3 go through, so it's going to be D3 each time. First one's 1 and a 2 and a 2. So I need a 6. Nope, and a 2's. Oh, saves 1. And dies. So I've got 1 sister left. That's pretty good going so far. So 1 battle sister left, however, it's now going to be a triple lascannon threat in the back. Right in the back, just like traitors do. So here we go. Needs force to hit. Okay, he's got 3. One of them's an auto wound, and he needs 2 2s. And gets them. No, he only gets 1. So we're needing 6s to save here. Actually, we're needing 5s because of Armour of Contempt. So I'll tell you what, we're going to use a Miracle 5 here. And then we're going to try and chance a 5. No, she's gone. So what is the damage? Because the apothecary, the hospital might know. 6. Can I roll 6 6s? No, I can't. Nobody can. So the squad's gone now. It's cleared the way in the centre, but is it too little? Is it too late? Alright, and then we end with the combat in the tree. So we've just summarised all of this. So what happened is we lost a Seraphim, killed a heavy weapons platform, which now is the unit, killed a squaddy, and that is about it. So because these are under strength, it doesn't really matter what the morale check is, because he's going to choose to destroy that unit for them to come back. Because if your squad is below, or at quarter strength or below, you can willingly in your turn destroy them for a chance to come back, to stop any sort of stragglers hanging on and ruining the whole thing. So they'll come back on. Whether it's too late now, who knows. We'll see what they can contribute. If they come back, because he's still going to need to roll for it. If he rolls a 1, then that's the end of that. Okay, turn 4 for the sisters. We've got our miracle dice. It was a 4. And we've got a personal miracle dice for the Canoness, which may come in handy now. She rolled a 4 as well. Okay, so we're freed up in the woods. We're finally out of the woods. So the Seraphim Superior, which is looking like she's on course to be a true hero, and she's going to come this way, try and help out the Canoness and Palatine combo. The unit at the back there, they've got to try and get shot through this gap here down at this fresh squad that's just appeared. We do still have a squad in this immolator, but we're going to have to deploy them on the very last turn, because if we get them out now, they're going to come under all sorts of fire from these battle cannons and whatnot, so it's just got to stay strong there. And that's about it, so it's just time for shooting. So we're just shooting away here. We've had plasma pistols, 3 of them in the line, taking out a couple of guardsmen here. We've had some bolters at the back, took out 2 in the backfield. We've just had the heavy bolter take out 3 in the front squad, and then we're going to fire our multi-melters at the tank commander, see if we can finish him off here. That's good. We've got 4 hits. We need 4s to wound. That is good. So you need 3 saves of 5 with Armour of Contempt and all the rest of it. So 2 go through. He's already taken 4 wounds. He's got 8 left. So let's see if we can blast him. I think we'll use a miracle dice here. We'll do 1 miracle dice will be a 6, then all we have to do is roll a 2 to kill him. And we've got him. Does he explode because he's right next to his mate? He doesn't. So he goes down silently. He might appear again, so I don't know if that's worth killing him, but we've done it now, so hopefully he doesn't come back. Miracle dice, we don't get another one with the Order of the Sacred Rose. Right, the furthest immolator, heavy bolter at the squad at the back, and then the 2 multi-melters at that chimera on the side. So at the chimera, get 2, we get 1. He needs a 6 to save. He doesn't do it. He's got 4 wounds left. It's 2 plus 1. It's not enough to take it out. It's got 1 wound left. That's agony. And then what we've got to do is do the sentry guns come alive. So the furthest one on a 4, it doesn't. This one, it does. Okay, so I had this sentry gun, turned its turret to the only thing I could see. There was that tank down there and did absolutely nothing. So we're back on with charges now. So we're going to charge in the 2 characters here. We're going to do a long charge with the Seraphim model there. We're going to use some miracle dice to make sure of it. And then we're going to charge that 5 woman strong sister squad into the Chimera with 1 wound left. We'll see how all this turns out. So this is how the charge looked. We did do the miracle dice to make sure the Seraphim got in there. We rolled a 9 to get the Battle Sister squad up in front of the Chimera here. And then to add insult to injury, we assaulted the Hellhound once again. But he did overwatch, but did not stop going in, didn't cause any wounds. Actually he did, with the flamer, but we save it. Right, we're going to have the Canoness fight first, because she has all the majesty to do so. So she's got 4 attacks. She used her Rod of Office on herself so she can reroll 1s. She gets them all, and she needs 3s. But what we'll do is we'll use her personal miracle dice, which was a 4, to automatically wound with 1. Then we need 3s on the rest. Okay, so we've killed 3 of them with the power sword. So 3 down, 2 left. The Palatine is going to see them off. 2s to hit, 3s to wound. And she finishes the squad. The heroes do heroic things. And we've resolved all the combats over here, so nothing happened on the tanks that absolutely hate each other. They've been locked in this combat all game. Break off and then have another one. This unit of Battle Sisters failed to do anything against the Chimera, needing 6s to wound. Didn't happen. So we'll go on to the final turn here. I can't see the Renegades getting into the centre in the last turn. We'll see what they get back and if it's possible. Alright, we're into turn 5. It's the very last turn for the Traitor Guard. Believe it or not, there is a way they could pull this one out the fire. So of course they've done all the reserve rolls as well and got every single one. Even the tank commander came back on a 5. So it's, the sisters are up against it in the very, very last stand. So let's see what happened here. So this unit came back on a 2. They've just come on here. They couldn't really find a place to put them, so they used to put them in a place where it might get desperate, might need those extra las guns. Tank commander's back. This is still locked in combat. This is still locked in combat. And on come the heavy weapons again, and this unit. Now this unit advanced. He got a 3, panicked, re-rolled it and got a 1. So they haven't advanced as far as he needed them to. However, he's going to do the command tank stratagem again, where he's going to issue an order for move, move, move. So they're going to try and get quickly into the centre of the battlefield, because you move and advance as part of that order. So he could get there, and then if he manages to blow this tank away and its contents, we're only down to the heroes in the middle and this squad. So it's possible, could be tricky, but it's there for the taking if the Dark Gods provide. Okay, so this is the crucial point. We're going to come straight in with this advance roll. So they're going to get to move 6 and advance, try and get to the centre with the move, move, move order from the command tank. So what do you get?
Okay, so here we go.
It's a 4.
Better than average.
That could be it, because you don't need to get in the centre. It's whoever has the closest models by the end of the game. So it could be enough. It looks decent. You probably don't want a chance of 4. Okay, he's going to live with the 4. Okay, they've made it as close as they can to the centre of the board. This is the centre of the board right here, so they're pretty much the closest at the moment. Will that remain the case on into the next turn? So that's the order of move, 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 and he's done his 2 order trick here with the tank commander onto this tank. So reroll 1s all around here. So it's operation kill this tank and the contents, and then we'll have to see the lay of the land. Right, the tank commander is going to kick this off, and he's going to shoot at the immolator. We do have a command point, so you best believe that the sisters are going to pop that holy smoke.
Holy smoke about that.
That is what it's called. Games Workshop have a sense of humour. So, -1 to hit, and we're going to try and make this hard for these filthy heretics. So the tank is going to be hitting on 4s.
Well, I'm going to do the last cannons first from the sentinels.
Alright, he's changed tack, but I'm always popping smoke no matter what. So 5s to hit with these. It's a stinker.
Yeah.
He's totally blown it. Right, tank commander, he's going to have to pick up the slack. So battle cannon or las cannon?
Las cannon.
Okay. He does hit. He does wound. What we're going to do is we're going to use a miracle 6. Just nip that right in the bud. And we don't get it back. The Emperor protects. But does he protect from a battle cannon? Here we go. 7 shots. It's not good to gamble on a roll like that when it's crucial.
Good average.
4s. He's got 2 automatic wounds and he's got a 1 he can re-roll. Alright, that's not good. But he's got 2 hits that he needs to wound on 3s. 3 hits, in fact. Alright, just the 1. So 3 go through and we're saving on 5s. No, we're not. We're saving on 4s because we've got armor of contempt these days. The Emperor somewhat protects. So it's 2d3 damage onto the tank. Danced through the last kind of fire, but the battle cannon got us. But not very well, he blew the headlamps off. So 2 damage. Okay, 2 wounds down and 9 to go. The basic battle tank is now going to fire, so he's hitting on 5s because of smoke. And he's rerolling 1s just like his tank commander. So this is the battle cannon. And he's getting 10 shots, so he's getting every chance to try and get these hits. And 5s to hit. 6s auto wound. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's 4. And then 3 hits. No 1s to reroll, so you're going to need your basic hits, needing 3s. Okay, we spoke too soon. The Emperor protects, but he can only do so much. That's 7 wounds, saving on 4s. Oh, we spoke too soon. The Emperor does protect after all. How dare we even question His Majesty? There's 2d3 again to try and blow through some of this armour. Again, it's only a 1 and a 2. So 3 damage, 5 taken on the immolator. He's got 6 left. You do have the heavy flamer on the front. It still is possible, but the chances are dwindling now. 3 from the heavy flamer. He can re-roll that if he wants. He's going to take it. He gets a 6. Need a 3 to save. We save on a black 3. How dare we roll a black dice? Okay, he's got his desperation squad of guardsmen here that are on rapid fire, on first rank fire because of the platoon commander. He's been lurking in the woods all this time. So he's 16 shots of las guns. Straight away he's got 3 automatic wounds and 5s to hit because of smoke. So these need 6s because he's only strength 3. And 6s he gets, right, he's not joking around. So he gets 6 wounds, 7 on 3s. Oh, the Emperor provides. And we take another 2 wounds. Okay, the last thing from this unit is the grenade launcher. Crack shot. He's missed. He wasn't necessarily a crack shot. Right, so it falls to the autocannons now on this side of the board. They've moved and we've got smoke, but at the end of the day it's 5s to hit. But he really wants the 6s to auto wound. So he's got 6 shots, needs 5s. It's come down to this. He's only got 1, but it is an auto wound. One of them's cocked. Go on and re-roll that. It's 2 in the auto wounds. Alright, so we've got armor of contempt against those. You could actually knock this out.
Reroll one.
You re-roll that, why?
For the order.
Okay. So that is a hit. No, it's not. You need a 5. So just 2, even with the reroll. And with armor of contempt, blocks the AP -1, so we need 3s. The Emperor protects. That could have knocked us out at 2 damage each. Only got 4 wounds left. We've survived all sorts of firepower, untold racket going on in the middle, and the blessed tank stands. Couldn't get the immolator, and so the spiteful shots are going around now. So we've done the less trivial shots. So he's put a wound on the Palatine, and he's fired in combat with the Chimera, killed his sister, and then again he's rolled an 11 with the Hellhound in combat. He's got 3 wounds with the Inferno gun, and he even got 2 hits which auto wound on 6s with his heavy bolter in the hull. So we very well could lose the Immolator here in this battle of the ages between tanks. So it's 3s to save on the Flamer. So 1 goes through, we've got 3 wounds left. We need to save at least one of these bolter shots. And we don't. Right, so it's died, it's destroyed. Does it explode, kill some sisters and the tanks all around? On a 6. It's a 1. It goes down mercifully. Okay, so he's dispatched the Immolator for good. That fight for the ages is finally resolved. So he's going to do a far charge with this unit behind the Vengeance Weapons Battery. He's going to try and get in on this. Are you charging all 3 of them, or is it just the Seraphim that you're going for?
Just need to get to the Seraphim.
Okay, so let's see what he gets. He needs a 9 on the dice to make it because they've just come in from reserve. He gets a 9. He's in. So that's more bodies in the centre possibly. So it's come down to this, a massive charge, a desperate charge into the middle to wrestle this missile back from the sisters. So they've gone in onto the Seraphim. They could not avoid the heroic intervention from the Palatine. So she's gone and headed them off right in front of the missile. So they're going to have to get through her to get to the missile. Okay, so the mad dash to the missile is going to conclude here. So let's see what happens. So he's got all of the infantry squad that have to fight the Seraphim because that was the only charge and target. So he's got 12 attacks to do it with, and he's hitting on 4s. It's a poor roll. After such build-up, he's only got 4 hits. The Chaos Gods are fickle. They'll watch you expend your lives trying to get to this missile and then abandon you at the death. So they are +1 strength, so you need 3s to wound. He only gets 2, but she's only got 1 wound, so it could be enough to bayonet her out of the sky. And it's only 1 wound that needed to kill her. So she falls out of the sky. The Palatine raises her blade in anger. Cannot believe the amount of heresy in front of her. And now we'll put them all to the power sword. So there's 2 hits, and we're going to use a miracle dice to make sure we kill one of them, and then we kill another. So 2 die to the power sword. And we'll finish off with the combat in the distance on the tank. Nothing happens. The tank stands at 1 wound. It's so difficult to get anything done with the sisters in combat. So that's what we're dealing with. There's a push for the missile. They've got bodies where they need to be. Now we need to purge them. Okay, so here we go, the last turn, the moment of truth. So the Immolator turns round. It's going to provide some fire. This squad gets out of the Immolator. We do have a Ministorum Flamer ready to burn these heretics down. The Canoness gives herself rerolls of 1 with our Rod of Office. She still retains a 6-inch radius of reroll 1s as well, so that will come in handy. And the Palatine keeps on in combat. And then we've got that squad in the distance, still fighting the Chimera, so we'll see how that turns out. But the question is how many heretics can we burn down? If we can burn down enough, that'll secure the sisters who are in the middle, and that'll give us the edge and ultimately the victory. So we'll start off with a choice plasma pistol shot from the Canoness into the front squad. Needs a 2, she gets it. Needs a 3, she gets it. So she annihilates 1 with a plasma blast to the back. So 1 goes down. The Palatine is going to shoot someone in combat as well. She hits. She does not wound. Okay. Okay, we just started firing off some bolt pistols. So the Hospitaller fired a bolt pistol but missed, and then we'll fight some bolt pistols in combat against the Chimera. We've killed it, but it's exploded and killed a battle sister, and now it's going to do D3 wounds onto this Hellhound who's only got 3 wounds left. So if this goes up, And it's going to be an apocalyptic explosion. No. So just the one wound on the Hellhound. It's going to survive the game. And we almost forgot, the commander, the company commander, was in that tank. So on a 1, he's going to melt inside the tank. He survives and he's going to continue on his legacy. Alright, so now it's time for the heretics to burn. The Ministorum Flamer is going to just torch them down that path. We have spoken, and it has turned out to be true. A 6. Just immolate these heretic filth. Right, well, it's not that great. So we've only got 3, and you're saving on 5s from the Flamer. And he's only managed to save 2 of them.
Only.
Oh, after such build up with this burning, we've only burned 1, but we must have burned him very well. And then we've got bolt guns, 4 of them, rapid firing. So hitting on 3s. Real 1s because of the canoness is within 6, and then 3s to wound. Right, that's a lot better. So we've got 2 6s, that means you're saving those on 6. So 2 more go down, and then you've got 3 to save on 5s. And there's another 3, so it's 5 gone. Okay, we've got 1 survivor on the end of the rocket. We're going to fire the immolator at him. So here's the multi-melters. He will burn, and he's totally dead. Right, that's the end of the shooting. It's going to come down to close combat now. We're going to send the canoness in onto this squad, and the 3 sisters at the back are going to try and finish off the company commander. We'll feel that the centre is secured now, so it's now just a mopping up job of heretics to see the battle won. Okay, we're going to let the canoness fight for the grand finale. So the canoness, she's got 4 attacks, hit on 2s, and then wounds on 3s. Okay, just wipes out 3 of them, 4 of them straight away. Alright, he's got 2 command points. He's going to jump the queue, and he's going to have this squad fight the Palatine before she fights. She's already taken a wound, so he might kill her. So he's got 6 attacks there because he's got the sergeant with the chainsaw. 4 to hit. He gets 3, and he needs 3s to wound because he's +1 strength. He finds the mark. He's got 3. So she saves on 3s. Ooh, she's taken 2 wounds, but we've got the apothecary to save her on 6s. No, she's taken 2 wounds. I think she's got 1 left. I think she's got 4 wounds. Right, we're going to fight down here. We've got 5 attacks. We hit with 4. We wounded with 3. He's only got 3 wounds left. He needs at least 1 5 to survive. And he survives quite comfortably. So he will fight back. He's got 4 attacks because he's got chainsword arm. He hits twice. He needs 3s. And he fails miserably. Alright, so the Revenge of the Palatine. She's got 3 attacks. And she's hit them all. And then we're going to use a miracle dice to automatically pass 1. And then kill another 2. So 3 fall. There's only the sergeant left. So that's the end of the fight. Just the sergeant left. On a 1, he will stay. Anything else, he'll run away. He runs away big time. He sees, and he's blinded by the glory of the Emperor. Falls to the floor. Asks for repentance. Finds none. So he's dead. The sisters have cleared the way. The missile is back in the hands of the Imperium, as the Renegade Guard have to pull back after so many losses. So the Adepta Sororitas have won the day. They are the closest to the missile by the end of the game, and thus have won. So pretty unsure how that mission was going to go, since it was a custom mission, but it seemed to turn out well. There was definite chance for the Renegade Guards to pull that back in the end, but they just got bogged down in areas where they didn't want to be bogged down. And the sisters held strong at the end there. Very proud of them. And so there we go. The Renegades, backed by popular demand, will probably bring the Cadians back sometime very soon, because with all the new rules for the Astra Militarum that are really, I believe they're really good. And yeah, let's see. what the future brings, which armies are up next.